Hey guys, John here, Motor T-Scale Modeling. Wanted to bring you up to date on what's going on the bench next. So what I have here is a AMT Ertle. It's a 1967 Mercury Comet. Classic is what the series is called. This is a 1/25th scale, skill level 2, and this kit came out, this is a rebrand, come out by RC2 Brands in 2002. So this is a reissue. It looks like it will be a fun kit. I've already opened it up just so I could kind of get inside and take a look, see what was in there before we went through the unboxing. Not a whole lot to this, but I'm going to go ahead and review it. Just so everybody can see, in case they're looking at this, they'll be able to see what's in there. So give me just a second. I'm going to reset the camera up and we'll go from there. So let's take a look at what's inside this box. So obviously we have the lower chassis and the muffler assembly. It's kind of in this, I don't know, maybe an off cream colored molding. So we have two different, looks like maybe two different motors. Oh, I know what it is. So we have a motor that we can build and put in there, and then we might have a motor that we can put on a stand, or two different size, I guess. I'll take a look at this and see which way I want to go with it. I love this block with the heads and everything, or the cylinders bored out on it. Got some stuff up under there. I gotta take a look, see what that is. So anyway, this is the motor. Looks really good. Can do a lot with that. Oops. So we have the wheel backings, the front end assembly, some of the engine parts, rear springs, rear axle, and the strange thing, or not strange, but this comes with a steel axle that goes through the plastic one. Here's our dash, your firewall. This looks like it's going to be your inner fender wells for the motor, or the engine bay. That's good. This right here is your water windshield wiper reservoir. We have our steering wheel. You have your seat, your rear seat, your door panels, center console, hood with 2 scoops. The chrome, I'm going to go ahead and open up the bag, but I'll put it all back in the bag. I know some people probably just freaked out that I used that the knife that way, but hey, we're all professionals. So what I thought was strange was I have these chrome pieces here, and it's got the lugs, and I expect to find some hubcaps that would go over this, but there aren't any, unless I missed them on the plastic tree, which in looking I did not do. So this must run with open chrome wheels, which is okay. Your rear bumper and rear grille, front grille, bumper, mirror. Oop. Said I'd put it back in the plastic. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do, putting it back in the plastic so nobody has a heart attack. We have the wheels and the red lenses for the tail lights. The wheels, they don't look too bad. A little bit of raised letters on this side. Got fairly good traction. I got 3 of those. I have some other wheels that I'm looking at that I might use if I go this route. I have the front tires, and then I have maybe some wide slicks for the back, 2 different size, or 2 different styles of the rear and front rims that I might use instead of what come in the stock. I'm not sure yet, so I got to kind of think that over, make my plan as where I want to go. But before we're at on that, we have side windows, headlights, windshield, rear windshield. Pretty simple. Not a whole lot to the kit. The body, I love the body style on this. Obviously it's the 60s, and you know how I feel about the 60s. As I've said before, the 40s were very elegant. 40s and 50s were very elegant. 60s and 70s are very sexy in my opinion. So I'll probably do a little bit of panel line work in there, but it's pretty in depth. So like I said, not a whole lot to it. I've got a color scheme I'm going to go with. Oops, sorry. And then we have the instructions, but inside the instructions is the decals, which you have red stripes that go down the side of the body. You got red, there's a white or lighter cream color, black, 1967 plates, looks like maybe some, that might be Arizona plates right there. Decals for the hood, front of the dash, and let's see if I can see what this is. Looks like maybe some type of poster that you could add to it if you wanted to. So that's the decals. And then the instructions, they look like they are very much the older style, very large instructions. But as you open it up, it breaks it down to pretty easy to read. Decide on whether you want to go with a 4-speed manual transmission or go with a 3-speed automatic transmission. And then you have your block and all the different types of engine parts. So I guess that was the big difference on it. You decide whether you want to go 3-speed or you want to go automatic, or you want to go with a manual transmission. And what was in the block is, see if I can get this thing to work right. Right here is the linkage, and that was what was taped up into the block, is the linkage for the clutch and everything like that. So I will say this is probably one of the first car models that I have that would have the inner fender panels for the underneath the hood. First one I've done on that, so it'll be interesting to do. As far as the instructions, they look fairly easy to follow. Well drawn, well done with graphics. It's got your paint scheme down here, and that is pretty much it for the 1967 Mercury Comet. And again, as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, I really love doing the 60s and 70s cars. That's what I kind of like to do. So I'm going to get on this one here in a little bit and see where we're at, and I will be in touch with you guys shortly. Okay, so I've got the parts of the chassis here worked on, and I want to kind of talk a little bit about this front end. The way this kit was set up is you have to glue this part on, this and this all come in separate pieces, and you have springs right here that go up and in. The problem is with this kit, these springs that are right here were too long. I had to trim them down in order to get them to fit up in there. So if you get this kit, be aware that those front coil springs may be a bit too long. And then it takes a little bit to get all this kind of lined up in the right places. I think this one's still just a hair off, but anyway, so that's kind of where we're at on that. I've got the engine block done up and painted, so still working on which which wheels I'm going to go with. Oh yeah, another thing, this right here, the axle pin, the metal axle pin that goes in there, was about 1/8 of an inch too long, which meant the wheel backing stuck out and was going to extend past the wheel wells. So I had to take about 1/8 of an inch off the axle pin so that these wheel backings would fit in there a little bit better. So something to think about on that. Alright guys, we'll talk to you later. Welcome back guys. Let me kind of show you where I'm at so far. So I've got the chassis done. Everything went together really good. I'm not real super crazy about the rims, but they just didn't really fit in the tires the way I wanted them to. I went with a little bit wider tire on the back, narrow polyglass on the front. Again, like I said once before, you have to glue all these three pieces together on this, and it took a little bit of finagling, but managed to get it. Everything looks really good there so far. The motor is coming along really well. I've got to do a few more things. The one thing, it calls for a breather tube right here, right in this little hole right there, but I can't find the breather tube inside any of the trees that I have, so I'm not sure. I'll keep looking, see what I can come up with. Got a few more things I got to add to the motor. Fuel pump for one, carburetor. So working on the body, I decided to go with a 3 paint fade across the body, and it went really well right up to the point that I got it on the hood, right where this part of the hood met with the fender, and for whatever reason all the paint just would not adhere to each other. And I scrubbed down the plastic before I started doing the painting. I made sure that I hit it with primer, but on both sides, right here and here, and also on the fenders, the paint just wouldn't adhere. Everything else looked really beautiful. I had a nice yellow on the front, faded into a red, faded into a black, all the way to the back, but the hood just would not work. So I ended up having to scrap that thought, and I had another idea that I went with. So here's where I'm at on the body. I went with black with white flames. I think it worked out pretty good. I still got to wet sand, kind of level out the top coat, but I think it looked really good. The one thing that I do have with this model is there's no way, normally you'll have some type of a little ledge for the hood to mount onto. This model does not have that ledge, so the hood will just go all the way through. So I got to figure that out. I am thinking about leaving it not clear coated on the hood, but I think the flames really turned out very well. Debating on whether I'm going to black out the grill, but either way, and I just kind of show you, I really like that style that you see back there. I really think that looks pretty good, but we're going to continue working. There's not a whole lot to this kit. Pretty much the motor and chassis with the hard parts. I got to do the interior, got to figure out what color I want to do the interior, but anyway, we'll continue working on it. I know it's been a while since I put out a video. Just the holiday seasons are here, and it's kind of kept me busy, but we'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, Happy New Year's. So today is January 1, 2022, and I wanted to kind of go over where I'm at on this kit. I've been kind of taking it a little slow. A lot of family things going on, relaxing a little bit. So I've got the seats painted. They're just mocked up in there. I've got the center console painted. The door panels are painted, and getting ready to continue on with that. I've got the dash glued together. I got to do a little bit of sanding and then lay some paint on it, do a little detail work. But other than that, we're moving right along, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Alright guys, so working on the chrome, finishing up some decals. I got decal there on the breather. I got my tags put in, got the lights, blacked out as much as I could on the grill, painted the turn signals, and got the license plate on it. So we're getting close to coming down to the last of it. Just got a couple more things, and I'm going to button this up, and then we'll do the final reveal. Alright guys, see you in a minute. Alright guys, so let's take a look at the finished product. This is my 1967 Comet Cyclone, my version of it. So I think it turned out pretty good. It's an AMT kit, no big deals with that. It's an older kit, so it's got some of the older tooling to it. But as I said before, when I initially started doing this kit, I had planned to do a 3-color fade, where the front part was going to be yellow fading into a red, and then fading back into the black, as if this vehicle was a comet flying into the atmosphere. I thought it'd be really good. However, I did run into some issues with the 2 types of paint that I was using not working. The red and the black really faded pretty good on top of each other with no problem. Where I come into issues at was again right up here on the top in this area right here. I just couldn't get the red and the yellow to mix together. I gave it plenty of time to dry. I used the same type of paint, but in those 2 areas of the hood, here and here, the paints separated. They just would not adhere to each other. I stripped it, tried it a second time, same results. It's the only kind of paint that I had, so I thought, you know what, let me just go with another direction. So I went this direction, black with the white flames. I thought it would look okay. It actually looked a lot better than what I anticipated that it would, which I'm very happy with. Oops, sorry. Need a little bit better light on it. So we'll just do a quick little turnaround. It was a really good kit to put together. The hood, if I can get it off, show you the interior of the motor. So this went together really well, with not really any problems at all. Went ahead and put my battery cable wires in there, plumbed my plug wires. On this part of the motor, if you happen to get this kit, on this part of the motor there was a oil filler cap called for in the instructions. However, I looked everything over on the sprue, it wasn't in there. So I don't know if it got lost when I was putting it together. I don't know. I couldn't find it, so I just went without it. I went ahead, I went black on the trim. I didn't chrome the top trim. These are not the stock rubber. It is the stock rims, but I've got different types of rubber. I'm sorry, different wheels from different kits. As you can see on the front wheels, they're not 100%, but that's okay. Putting this kit together went together really well. Didn't have a whole lot of problems with the glass. Didn't have a whole lot of problems with the interior, other than you have to, it's not a completed tub, you have to put it together. Just the normal stuff. It wasn't nothing that I couldn't deal with. It just was a little bit of a struggle. Same thing up here on the front end as we talked about before. Most time you'll see the engine compartment either is one piece or it's molded on the frame. This one wasn't. It came in 3 different pieces. So you had to glue this and this onto the actual frame, and then you had to glue your firewall onto it. Made it a little bit complicated, but was able to make it work. The kit came with 2 different transmissions. Okay, you have the automatic transmission and you have a standard transmission. So I went with a standard transmission. It does give you the kit. If you do get this kit, it gives you 2 different drive shafts. It manages to give you 2 different sets of pedals. So you get the standard, the 3 pedal or the 2 pedal. What else did it come with? It come with some other stuff. You get 2 types of washer fluid reservoirs. I don't know why that is, but anyway, so I'm really pleased with the kit. I think that it really turned out pretty good, with the small snafu of the paint job at first. Doing the different stripping of the hood, the paint didn't really go down as well as I wanted it to, but I did. I sanded it, and it still just didn't work out that well. But overall, I would recommend this kit to anyone out there. Get a better look at the interior. I recommend this kit to everyone to get a hold of it, build it. It's a really fun kit. Again, it's the 1967 Comet Cyclone. Alright guys, tell me what you think. If you're new to my channel, thank you for coming and watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. If you are returning to my channel, thank you for coming back and watching and supporting these videos. It helps me to kind of come up with some good ideas of doing different things. I read all the feedback that I can get. Again, share this video so that other people can see it. I really do appreciate the comments that everybody puts on there. It does help me to get a better idea how I want to do these models. Anyway, I keep on talking for a while. Thank you guys, and we will see you on the next build. I have a really nice build I'm going to do next time. I'll talk to you about it later, but it's a kit that I bought probably in the late 90s, early 2000. I let it set for a long time here, maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago. I got it out, started working on it, got busy, put it back in a box, and I never could find that thing no matter what I did. So I thought, well, maybe I threw it away inadvertently. But during Christmas, bringing out all the Christmas stuff, I actually located it again, so I'm really excited about working on it. So anyway, alright guys, we'll talk to you later. Appreciate you.